Capcom finally says something about Mega Man, and it's a positive thing. Thank you, Capcom. This is such a bizarre thing in the gaming industry. Mega Man, an icon, a character that is on the same level in my mind as Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, Pac-Man. That's why all four of them are seen fighting each other in Smash Brothers. He's like that iconic. And yet, for some reason, Capcom, in their infinite wisdom, a company that actually does an amazing job revisiting IPs all the time, for whatever reason, treats Mega Man like it's like Ghosts and Goblins. Like it's like you get a new game like every I don't know, decade or so, which is bizarre. Now, I'm not talking about like the spin-off games like the .exes or X or Legends and stuff like that. That's also sort of a conversation to be had about how it's really bizarre how all these spin-off titles get so much love and just spread out in such a weird way, yet Mega Man himself and his main series has a really hard time getting a game coming out. Like the gap between Mega Man 8 and Mega Man 9 was astoundingly long. And when you consider the fact that they didn't do anything like that epic when it came to Mega Man 9, I love the idea, by the way. I love that Mega Man 9 was like an old school pixel art game. It's still kind of wild to think that it took that long to get there after Mega Man 8. And then they did 10 like almost immediately after, which I really appreciate that. It's like, okay, we're finally back on track, right? No, because then the years between 10 and 11 were also insane. And now 11's been out for quite a while, and where's 12? It's kind of wild. So anyways, this quote that was left by Capcom was to address that, essentially, where they say that Mega Man is a highly valued IP and that they're also going to be looking at ways to support the franchise ongoing in the future. Which, yeah, thank you. 20 years too late, I think, but good, better late than never, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, that's really what Capcom should have been doing all along, is all I'm trying to say here. I'm not trying to be super rude or anything, but like Mega Man is freaking Mega Man. He's got like a comic book series. He crosses over with Sonic the Hedgehog all the time. He was in Super Smash Brothers. Like, how did you not make an initiative as soon as he got in Smash Brothers for Wii U? That's amazing advertising for the character. And I mean, like, we got 11 after Wii U, which is nice, but like, yeah, I mean, you even saw like the boon. Like, I think Mega Man 11 is the best-selling Mega Man game of all time. So like, clearly there is an interest from the gaming public, and if you keep supporting the franchise and keep doing better things with it, you're gonna get better sales. So I'm glad again that like Capcom has woken up and like is finally ready to treat Capcom as the legend that he is, and we'll start seeing games. That's awesome. That's all I want as a Mega Man fan, is just to see the series really get the love and attention that it deserves. So the other things that Capcom also talked about was that they said that they're going to support physical media, which that's funny to me that that's a news story. Of course they're going to support physical media. I think the only reason why Capcom wouldn't is if future generations of consoles, it goes completely digital, which then it would be really funny if Capcom still supported physical media, because it's like, where would you put that disc in, Yeah, so like there was that, and then also Capcom talked about how it managed to get profitable growth over the last 11 years. And I think the reasons are kind of funny. I'm going to read these out for you, actually. The first reason is carrying out pricing strategies with the shift from physical retail stores to digital sales directly online. I'm going to guess that they didn't bump up the price, and that despite the fact that inflation is a thing, Capcom has tried to keep its game prices at a reasonable price, and I definitely think that that's appreciated. I look at companies like Square Enix where they're gouging their fans all the time. I remember, oh man, this is an old one, but I remember when games were like on average $30 for the Nintendo DS, Square Enix like took advantage of the fan base for Chrono Trigger and charged $40 for the game, which, like, again, for like a high-end Nintendo game on the DS, it was like $34.99, so an extra $5. So imagine paying $40 for a port of a Super Nintendo game. I went on a rant there, but like, yeah, Capcom, I guess here is taking the opposite approach, seeing that there's a sort of like a lean between physical media and digital media, and allowing themselves to keep the prices low because there's just less of a burden financially to ship and produce these games. Discounts on past series titles in conjunction with the launch of a new release. Ooh, I didn't even think I noticed that. But yeah, I mean, like, one of the things that I do notice with Capcom is they do sales on their games all the time. Like, they are not afraid to lower the price on things. I've been able to recommend the Ace Attorney trilogy over and over and over again because the price goes down all the time. So it's like, yeah, it's easy to pick it up. It's easy to, like, get a chance to play these games at a fair price. And so, although they're saying it's directly tied to basically lowering the price on certain games when a new one comes out, I would just argue that since Capcom is doing lots and lots of sales, that it kind of generates a buzz around them for sure. And the last one is thoroughly managing and maintaining a 5-year development map for its games. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, if you try to make sure that your games come out in a timely manner, like, for example, even something as uber successful and uber bloated with budget, like the Resident Evil franchise, you stand to make profit year by year when you're actually meeting those schedules. But I argue that there's one point that they're just not outlining here, which is that they're really good at going back to the well with a lot of franchises, except for Mega Man, for whatever reason. But, like, seriously, like, they go back to DMC, they go back to Ghosts and Goblins, they go back to Marvel vs. Capcom, they go back to Street Fighter, they go back to Dead Rising. Like, Dead Rising's gonna have a remake soon. So they know all the time, like, ways to actually, like, keep franchises that are great. They have an amazing umbrella of IP, and they constantly go back to the well and try to, like, give new content, new experiences to its fans and stuff like that, which in turn makes the fan base really, really excited and passionate. And then that passion kind of unloads onto other people, like in social media or friend groups and stuff like that. So I think that that's a missing element that Capcom's not talking about here. I think that Capcom is, like, one of the greatest video game companies of all time, just because they have an amazing creative staff with amazingly created, very fun games and very iconic characters to lend to their IP. And then on top of that, with the exception of Mega Man, they do an amazing job constantly going back and, like, not forgetting those IP. I guess, like, one other thing too that I would say to Capcom is let Hideki Kamiya do a Beautiful Joe 3. I heard that he's interested. Let him do that. Do an HD collection for Beautiful Joe 1, 2, and Red Hot Rumble and the DS game and all that stuff. And then I'll be even happier. But literally, like, Capcom does deserve kudos for, like, going back to things like Okami and stuff like that. Like, most companies would be like, Okami bombed, forget it, no more Okami. But they made Okami Den, and then they, like, ported Okami everywhere. And I guess they're starting to see a profit. I guess they're happy with the sales that they've been seeing on stuff like the Wii and the PS4 and stuff like that. So good for them. And I'm glad that fans got a chance to play it and that they're enjoying it and stuff like that. And that, like, again, that this is their motive to not give up on things like the Ace Attorney series when that was not doing the best. They saw the potential in it. They saw, like, how vicious, like, the freaking fan base was and how passionate they were, and they kept supporting the IP. And now we're getting things like, you know, the Miles Edgeworth duology, which, wow, took forever, but we finally got the second game. I can't believe it. All right, well, anyways, guys, as you can tell, I'm just a Capcom fan that has a lot to say about Capcom, and I just am passionate about Capcom, and I love Capcom, and you should love Capcom too. And make sure if you like Capcom and if you like me talking about Capcom, you should probably hit subscribe so that you can hear more about Capcom in the future. Okay, see you later.